busy with a short series called Cultivate a Diligent Life. In our previous session, we looked at the first of 7 steps in order to cultivate a diligent life in God, the requirements, how to apply it in our lives, and how to stay focused on God. We said firstly that we need to be diligent with our own spiritual growth and take responsibility to grow. Secondly, to be diligent with our time and see that we don't waste any. And thirdly, to be diligent with our work so that what we do is a testimony. The 4th step in cultivating a diligent life is to be faithful and trustworthy. Many people are gifted, but not necessarily trustworthy or honest to use their gifts for the glory of God. How often do we see gifted people spending their gifts on worldliness, and how it saddens one's heart? So one part of obtaining the favor of God takes place when you are faithful and diligent to use the gifts He has given you for His glory and to further the kingdom. The more faithful you prove to be with what you've received, however small or insignificant it may seem to you, the more He will continue to entrust you with other gifts. And we read this in the life of Samuel. 1 Samuel 2:26 says, "And the child Samuel grew in stature and in favor, both with the Lord and men." 1 Samuel 3:19 says, "So Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and let none of his words fall to the ground." You know, like Samuel, as we grow, we too need to keep diligent with the new gifts and responsibilities God adds to our lives. Are you assessing new God-given responsibilities on a regular basis? Are you doing all that's required of you to be the best steward of God's gifts and talents? Your dedication and sacrifice will show in the way you live your life. Therefore, be faithful with all associations and relationships. Count your words. Idle words increase ungodliness in our lives. Jokes and conversations that may have previously been accepted over time, as we grow in God, are no longer fruitful or fitting and may harm our testimony before others who are looking up to us. The 5th step in cultivating a diligent life is to be diligent before people. 1 Corinthians 9 verse 25 to 27 says, "And everyone who competes for the prize is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a perishable crown, but we for an imperishable crown. Therefore, I run thus, not with uncertainty. Thus I fight, not as one who beats the air, but I discipline my body and bring it into subjection, lest, when I have preached to others, I myself should become disqualified." These verses cause me to tremble every time. It is so important to finish well. It doesn't help you have lived your whole life well and then fall away from God and perish right at the end. Then everything is lost. Therefore, live with the intention never to be ashamed of anything or to do anything that will cause others to doubt God and fall away from Him. Live by setting a high standard according to God's word. Live a pure life concerning how you spend your money, how you treat your spouse, your children, your parents, how you conduct yourself in your life. Be sure you are morally clean and pure in all your ways. Abstain from temptations physically or from watching and reading content that will defile your spirit. Be diligent in pursuing a holy life from the simplest things you do daily. Set a high standard because you love Jesus so deeply. I do not want to rush on to the next point because the importance of living a diligent life that is pleasing before God is so dear to Him. As we pursue these steps one by one, our lives becomes more and more pleasing, a sacrifice, a sweet aroma before Him, and it increases us in favor with both man and God. Therefore, contemplate these points mentioned in the session today. Prayerfully consider each one before the Lord this week. And next time we will look at least 2 more points needed to cultivate a diligent life.